What's good, y'all? Zach is Dragon here, and today we're going to be doing a reaction to Demon Slayer Sucks. I'm not about to say anything yet. I'm gonna let this person give like a couple little details on why he thinks Demon Slayer sucks. Honestly, if I'm looking at it if it's come from my perspective, I think Demon Slayer is lit, to be honest. Like, to me, the story, it's okay. Character design, pretty clean. Battle scenes, on point. And, yeah, it's just like, to me, I thought it looked kind of shonen. Like, the plot gave me, like, that little kind of shonen vibe a little bit. But let's get right on to it. Why this man thinks why, in his opinion, they think it particularly sucks. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. Let's get this video started.
Demon Slayer is yet another garbage shonen anime that only casuals with bad taste will enjoy.
I was right. It was shonen.
This is easily one of the worst anime I've ever watched, and the fact that it's received so much hype just proves once again how dead anime really is. It seems like it's just so easy for garbage to become popular now. Way easier than it was back in the day. There's just no standards anymore. These casuals have just completely ruined anime with their horrible taste. They simply just have no standards. These losers will hype up anything. Doesn't matter how bad it is.
Hold on. I wouldn't call people who like a certain anime that you don't particularly like. I wouldn't particularly say that person has bad taste. Because like you're basically like, I don't even know what to say, honestly. It's just like, you can't call that person who likes a certain anime that you don't like say that person have bad taste. Because by saying that, you're saying that people who also like this anime, besides that person you know that also has bad taste. And I'm pretty sure a decent amount of people like Demon Slayer, because I've been seeing a lot of reaction videos, and I haven't really been getting that much of bad reviews from Demon Slayer. But hey, that's just me.
All an anime needs in order to be good to these losers is pretty colors, waifus, and mindless action. That's it. That's what.
Okay, that right there, I'm not sure we prepared, but hey, he kind of has a point, because so far in anime, we haven't really been getting that much action-packed anime. Besides Kimetsu no Yaiba / Demon Slayer, there's only been like, the amount of anime has been coming out so far has been ecchi and some life anime or some schoolgirl type anime. And it's like, and some anime fans nowadays only care about cleavage, girls, and waifus. Some of them, but a large majority of them only care about that type of stuff. And I have been noticing that a lot. I'm just like, man, ain't no anime that's really interesting out, in my opinion, because it's really like, only anime out is just a slice of life anime and waifu anime and just anime about a whole bunch of boring stuff. And I'm just like, where all the hype anime? Where all the like action packed but still got a little bit of stuff in there to make it interesting? And so yeah, I could kind of agree on that. Like, only been like ecchi and all that other stuff like that. But Demon Slayer is different. Hey, I won't lie. There are some, besides Nezuko. If y'all have, I won't spoil it for you. There's only one character in this anime that is like kind of like lolly like in this. And that's, if you go watch, if you know what I'm talking about, comment. If you know the character I'm talking about, comment in the comment section. I won't spoil it for the people. But yeah, he does kind of have a point.
Really it. Oh, in a hint of edge, like blood and gore. That's it. It just needs to be edgy, have waifus, pretty colors, and their soul. That's all they care about. It's pathetic. Anime fans of the past used to actually have standards and say, no, we're not going to allow this garbage to become popular. We're not going to hype this up. We're going to hype up stuff that deserves to be hyped up. But nowadays, again, these modern day fake anime fans, these modern day casuals, just refuse to have any sense of quality. They just have no idea what quality is. They have no idea what having standards feels like. These these casual anime fans are just horrible. How can you consider yourself an anime fan if you like this series? I just don't get it. These people are not real anime fans. We need more real anime.
Hold up. That is where this problem lies, bro. Okay, listen to me, bro. You probably don't care about this video that I'm making, but you can't call somebody. You can't say this person or this person in particular isn't a real anime fan just because they don't like the type of anime that you consider to be real anime. For me personally, I never really could. I like anime. I consider myself an anime fan. I'm not like this big overall. You see me running down the street with my arms out like this. I don't consider myself that kind, or the ones that be having the full out body pillows and stuff just decorated over my wall filled with anime posters and stuff like that. Even though that does sound lit, I might get a couple of those just because I think it's lit. I'm not that heavy anime fan. I'm like an average anime fan that likes anime that I find interesting, like Kimetsu no Yaiba / Demon Slayer. But yeah, like I was saying, just because this person likes the anime that you deem not very like worthy to be called anime doesn't mean that they're not a true anime fan. Because everybody has their own thing for anime. That's why there's genres for anime, like slice of life anime, action and adventure anime, romantic anime, other anime that suits your particular personality and likes. That's why they have genres, whatever the heck you pronounce it. That's why they have those. So yeah, you can't call a person not a real anime fan just because that particular anime you don't like. You probably have a specific genre, but yeah, hey man,
such as myself with great taste, such as myself on a higher level of thinking, such as myself, to rise up and bring back anime from the depths of destruction, man. I'm tired of seeing anime in ruins due to these casuals consuming nothing but trash. It's like they consume this trash and then the creators say, well, they like it, so we'll continue to make more, and it just keeps on going. Oh man. So anyway, why do I hate Demon Slayer? It should be obvious, but I'll explain it. Let's start with the story. It's boring, generic, predictable shonen garbage. That's it. There's no depth to this story. There's nothing interesting about this story. If you've watched any other shonen, then you've already seen this anime. That's pretty much it. It takes every shonen trope, throws it in here. Every idea from every other shonen and just throws it in here. This series doesn't have anything original going for it. It has not an inch of creativity. I swear, shonen just continues to get worse and worse. It's so bad. Anyone over the age of 12 that still likes shonen is a complete loser. I seriously cannot believe we have grown.
And again, you are wrong. Because like I said, you can't say that because it's deemed offensive to the people who like shonen. Like, I know some of the people who might actually stumble upon this video saying, oh, you don't have the right to say this. But like, deep down I'm just like, hold up. I like shonen. So are you calling me, a complete stranger that you don't even know, a loser? Cause think about it like this. Think about it like this. This man that's talking about this right now comes across a person that he thinks is cool, all of a sudden he finds out he likes a sort of anime that he despises. So all of a sudden you just gonna call that person a loser, even though for a second you thought he was cool. It's kind of messed up. Like, that's just from my perspective. Like, you can't call a person a loser just because they like a particular anime. Just because they like shonen. I like shonen because shonen, like SAO for example, I watched this. I think it was Watch Mojo that said this. He said that why shonens, no, it wasn't Watch Mojo, it was the other YouTuber a long time ago. He said why shonens are like most possible, like the best, because he said that the main characters, they start from the bottom then rise up. Naruto, for example. Yeah, sure, he might have had the Nine Tails and everything, but he didn't know how to use the Nine Tails power. And he might have had, like, plot armor. Naruto may have had plot armor, but the thing is, he started from the bottom and worked his way up. That's how he became Hokage. Characters like Kirito from SAO, who are overpowered from the very start, they don't interest me as much. So you're trying to tell me that this overpowered person was overpowered from the start. We want to know how this person got up to that. I want to know how that person got up to that level in the first place. Not like they're automatically there at the very beginning, because it's just like, dang, like what?
Men and women still hyping up things made for kids. Pathetic. Like, you can forgive a kid for liking a show like this, but what I'm seeing is, reaction channels. These idiots are in their 20s, and some maybe in their 30s. They're of age to know that they shouldn't be watching this garbage, and they're still watching it and getting hyped. It's disgusting. Grown men and women.
All right, bro. Chill. Because you can chill, bro. You can't even say 20s or 30s because you don't even know what age they are for your dang self. And the thing is, bro, having the people reacting to this, bro, I mess with them homies. Like, I subscribe to their channels and I mess with them, and they downright hilarious. So those people that are in their 20s or their 40s that you presume are in their age status, they're actually, if you mention a couple of them, I might actually know them. And the fact of the matter is that those 20s to 30 men that you presume are that age are probably, they like that anime. They're putting their thoughts and their opinions when they're doing that reaction, and they're getting these views and they're making that money. And the thing is, they're passionate about what they do. So the main part about this is, it doesn't matter what your age level is. If you like something, go into it. Instance, YouTube. Doesn't matter which age you are. If you want to do it, do it. So let them do what they want to do, man. If they want to react to anime that they like, let them do that, man. You can't judge them. You can't call them losers. It's messed up.
For trash like this, trash shonen made for kids. Unbelievable. But yeah, like I said, this series is literally just a rip-off of every other shonen. Rip-off of Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, just so many shonen series that this anime has ripped off. The creator said, hey, how many series can I rip off and throw into this series while writing? Let's sprinkle a little bit of this on there, let's sprinkle a little bit of that on there, and we'll have an awesome series. Just take so many elements from so many different series, you don't create anything original. It's just, the story follows some generic shonen protagonist that you've seen in every other shonen. He's just some goody two-shoes that comes home to find his family has been brutally murdered by demons, and the only surviving person is his sister due to plot armor. He then tries to carry her to safety, but his sister is attacked by a demon slayer, wanting to end her life, because that's what he does. He's a demon slayer, he slays demons, until he cries, like a wimp, and then somehow persuades him to let them live, let the sister live. He's like, no, I promise she won't hurt anybody. I'll try to get her a cure. And then this mysterious guy, just for whatever reason, it's not explained, he just says, you know what? Why not? why not let you guys go? Yeah, you know what? I'll not only let you go, I'll send you to this guy so he can train you to become a demon slayer. Why not? Hey, I'm just handing out passes today. Anybody can.
Okay, that right there is telling me that you didn't really pay attention to what I know the character that he's talking about too. It's the character that uses the Breath of the Water style, and he's one of the Breath of the Water, and he's one of the pillars for the Demon Slayer corpse. And he's spoilers. Okay. For the people who haven't watched it, I'm sorry. Go watch the anime if you want to know what I'm talking about. For the people who watched it, good. You're doing a good job. The anime is pretty good. So yeah, that right there is telling me that you didn't really pay attention to what he said, or what in particular that he said. The thing is, he didn't really. The guy that let Nezuko go, he didn't. He let Nezuko go because Nezuko, even though she's a demon, she didn't eat her brother. And demons and demon slayers are supposed to eat humans. And Nezuko in episode 1 just became a demon, and it stated that when as soon as a human becomes a demon, they automatically get really, really hungry. Like above hungry. Like really super hungry. And seeing that Nezuko, probably as hungry as she was when she became a demon, didn't even like attempt to eat. Well, she did. She tried to eat him. Tried to eat Tanjiro. But Tanjiro kind of snapped her back into it. Trying to snap her back into reality, and kind of like made her remember. Even right afterwards, she still didn't attack Tanjiro. So Nezuko has a sense of family. She still kind of remembers, which is actually quite interesting. And there's other more interesting aspects about Kimetsu no Yaiba that's making me interested in the anime for itself. Because it's like, damn, there's a lot of interesting factors about this anime that they really didn't touch on. Well, they will eventually touch on, depending on if you're watching the anime and reading the manga. But yeah, it's like really, really interesting to me. So yeah, that's why he mainly let her go, because if she wasn't gonna eat her brother, then why not let her go if she's not gonna be a danger to any other human? I know what you're gonna say. Oh, she didn't eat her brother because of plot armor, and that's her brother. Why would she eat other? Because no, it is clearly stated again in Demon Slayer. After a human becomes a demon, they will still attack their loved ones the moment they become a demon. And they clearly stated that, and I remember that because there were plenty of demons in the show that were related to their brothers and sisters, but right after they became a demon, they ate their brothers and sisters. Nezuko, just becoming a demon, attempted to, but Tanjiro snapped her out of it right afterwards. She protected her brother even though she was a demon and she was really, really hungry. So yeah. To me, this man is basically telling me he only watched half of episode. He watched episode 1 at least and didn't even bother to watch episode 2. That's what I'm basically picking up from this.
Oh, you don't want me to kill this demon? Okay, let me let you live too. It's what? It's just so unrealistic, so unbelievable. I was like, are you kidding me? This is all it takes? Like, it's that easy to just... This guy is trained to kill demons. But because you cry and whimper and you can persuade him that easily, he's like, well, these two seem different. These two don't seem like the typical. Maybe I should let them go and see what happens. Garbage. Typical shonen garbage where just this unbelievable trash happens. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. It's just so frustrating watching garbage like this. How can people hype this up? And that's his whole goal. His whole goal is nothing but just becoming a demon slayer so he can fight demons while trying to, find out how to turn his sister back into normal. Because she's like a demon, but she's not like your typical demon. She's like She's different. It's stupid. It's just really stupid. It's unbelievable. There's nothing interesting about the story. You know, you got your typical training arc where he's training, trying to go to this academy. Always got the academy, always got the school, always got the tests, always got the trials. So he's training. He's trying to go to this school. He becomes a demon slayer, even though. And this is another,
okay, for the fact of the matter is, there's really not a school for demon slayers. Something else that you probably didn't watch or read up on. There's no school for demon slayers. The really only thing is that if you want to become a demon slayer, I don't really think they ever actually explain like what are the necessary. They did explain how do you become a demon slayer in the training that you will be required to take depending on which style you plan on learning. But the thing is, if you want to go learn the style, I think that's completely up to you on what style you want to learn. Because with Tanjiro, spoilers, Tanjiro is said to be a child of fire. But he ended up learning Breath of the Water, which is interesting.
Realistic thing, this character sucks. There's no way you can look at this character and say, oh man, he's going to become something interesting. Yeah, he just has everything handed to him due to plot convenience. He has everything handed to him due to the typical shonen trash of I never give up and things go my way.
No. Tanjiro did not have anything handed to him. This man went through Tanjiro went through some tough stuff. This man did not have anything handed to him. And the fact that, if y'all know what I'm talking about, and the fact that the color of his sword, the black blade, made his fate even more grim. Because if y'all paying attention to it, y'all know the color changing swords, spoilers, the color changing swords. Depending on what style or personality or what type of character you are, the sword will change to a color that you yourself are perfectly mirrored in. Tanjiro's blade turned black, and it's stated in Demon Slayer that black blade users are a mysterious bunch, and the fact of the matter is that if you are a black blade user, you are not set to live very long. That was stated, even though they really had no idea, since black bladers were still, they weren't known that much. And it was very rare for a person to get a black blade. So, yeah.
It's just he has all this stuff handed to him. He didn't work for anything. People will be like, oh, but come on, yeah. I mean, come on. He trained for a while. His training was trash. He didn't really even do anything to train. He just sat there all the time crying about his sister. This is all he does.
No, he didn't. I'm sorry I'm pausing the video so much. It's just to clear up the things that he's saying. Because, the stuff he's saying, it feels like he really doesn't know anything about. He expects... It feels like to me, his type of thing from anime, if the character is trained, the things he wants the character to go... He wants the characters to go through straight hell. I'm okay, you didn't like Tanjiro's training style. What would you prefer this man in particular training went through? This is an old style anime samurai stuff, and I looked up a lot about samurai, and they're incorporating a lot of stuff into samurai, and this is all about breathing. Why do you think there's breath of the style in the front of every technique they use? Because it has stuff to do with breathing and constantly swinging the sword the same direction. Saying Tanjiro didn't really do much but swing a sword is okay, do you not understand anything about samurai? They have to constantly swing the sword. And this is stated again because I watched a video about stuff that in order to master a Breath of the Water technique or Breath of the Style technique, it has something to do about controlling your breath. It has something to do, and it said that in order to master one of these techniques, you need to swing at the same thing constantly until your swing is as perfect to the point where your sword has supernatural abilities. And that's not just anime, that goes for samurai too and kendo. Constantly swinging the sword in the same direction. That's what they gotta do. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if I don't forget, but that's what they seriously have to do. So it's not surprising. Honestly, I think they over exaggerated his training, knowing that this is anime. But hey, his training sequence was good. That's all I gotta say. Tanjiro has definitely earned what he had.
You know, the other characters in the anime are horrible.
No?
You know, his sister, everybody's hyping her up like, oh man, she's waifu material, she's so cool, you know, she's everybody's favorite character. There's nothing to this character. She's so uninteresting. She acts just like, she literally acts like she has, like, mental issues. Like, the way she acts, and people be like, oh, but come on, she's dead, man. Or she's a demon, so she's not going to act the same. And it's like, no, there are way more interesting demons that have come across than her. She's boring. She's a boring character. She just feels like she's there. She's pointless. She's useless. And she's not there for any other reason but to drive the plot. That's it. That's the only reason she's there. There's nothing interesting about her. She's not going to come out and do anything interesting. She's just there to drive the plot. She's useless. Another useless female character in anime. Great. All the other characters we've seen...
Hold up. You can't... You put Nezuko on Sakura level in Naruto. Because everybody knows that Sakura is useless. Okay, some of y'all Sakura fans, I'll go easy on. Sakura, she had her moments in Naruto. She did. But Nezuko is not Sakura. She is useful. Okay, he has a point. The main reason why Tanjiro is doing this is to get revenge. Well, he isn't really doing it for Nezuko, because even if Nezuko died in the first episode, he would still become a demon slayer to avenge his family. It's kind of two-sided. So yeah, don't put Nezuko on Sakura level, please.
Far not interesting. They don't even feel like real characters. They just feel like cardboard cutouts of just tropes. That's it. There's not one interesting character so far. The fights are not good. And that's what these you know, losers go into Shonen for. They go into Shonen for the fights. This series doesn't even have good fights. The fights are terrible. There's no strategy involved. You know, the main character has these broken abilities that he just spams over and over again. And
no, they're not.
Everybody else is getting wrecked by these powerful demons. He just comes out of nowhere and just wrecks them. Like, there's no sense of danger. There's no sense of...
Yes, there is.
You know, suspense, because you know how it's going to happen already. You know how it's going to end. Terrible. The demons aren't even threatening. Like, the demons that you see, they're not even threatening. That's the thing. It's like...
Yes, they are.
The demons make no sense, because... they're more like zombies, to where if you get bitten by a demon, you turn into a demon. Last time I checked, that's not how demons work. Demons possess people.
No.
So
wrong again. Because by the main protagonist in the other episode, the main villain of the series, to turn a human into a demon, all he really did was scratch, and it wasn't really explained through how a scratch could turn somebody into a demon. I guess it has something to do with what his fingernails are made out of, but it didn't really take a bite from a demon to turn a person into a demon. There has to be something way more than that to turn a person into a demon, so it's not just a bite.
Oh, what is...
And also, the demons are interesting, and they are suspenseful and dangerous. Example, the armed demon that killed Tanjiro's master's students. That's dangerous, because you got a demon who expands when he eats a human, and his arms, he got multiple arms that could come at you at any given moment and regenerate in a second. And it's just like, dang. And you got the demon that can, you know, that little demon in one of the episodes where Zenitsu was first introduced, that demon that be banging on the bongos like Tarzan. Like Tarzan. That can change the room and can switch the room. That's challenged, because if you slip up even once, you're dead. So I don't know what you mean.
This, like, nothing makes sense in this anime at all. Nothing makes sense. The animation is terrible. I know that's something people have been hyping up. Like, oh man, the animation is so good. No. You clearly need your eyes checked if you think the animation is good, because it's not. There's nothing good about this animation. It just looks terrible.
Animation is pretty good.
That's one of the main reasons I couldn't wait to just turn this off, because The effects and everything were just so sloppy, just so poorly done. It looked terrible. I've seen, way better anime from 30 years ago, that just look way better than this anime. But since it has pretty colors, they think that means that it has good animation. You see what I'm saying? It's just no standards anymore.
It kind of seems like he's like a nostalgia geek, to be honest. Like, he's going, like, he'd rather have animes from, like, the 1980s. Like, he cares more about nostalgia than, he doesn't want to evolve with the times. Basically, he wants to be all in the past, and he's not progressing into the future. That's basically the vibe I'm picking up from this.
The music is not good. Same music is spanned throughout the whole series.
No, there's different music.
This anime just has nothing going for it. It really doesn't. There's nothing interesting about this world. Again, it really just feels like you're watching every other shonen with this. I mean, at least some shonen, as trash as they are, can bring something kind of different, have their own style. This one does nothing different. It's even more generic than My Hero Academia, and I didn't even know that was possible, because My Hero Academia is complete garbage and the most cliche generic thing ever, but this one is even more cliche. It's even more cliche than Black Clover. That's crazy. How is that possible? Again, bad story. No interesting mysteries in this story. The world building is...
And I got an ad. How convenient, right? And ask these dang ads.
It's terrible. The world is not interesting. There's nothing interesting going on in this story. Every character that has been introduced is not interesting. There are no good characters in this series at all. It's just more typical shonen garbage. As I said, the animation is terrible. There's no creativity or originality in this series. This series has nothing going for it, man. And the amount of hype it's receiving is just more proof that people don't have standards anymore. People will hype up anything. You'd have to be a complete moron to actually think this series is good.
I take offense to that, sir.
There's nothing good about it.
Are you saying that I'm a moron by liking this? But anyway, that's it, guys. I can't, I was willing to, listen and hear out what this guy wanted to say, but so far, what this man is saying, and everything he's basically saying makes no sense. It feels like he's just pulling out complaints just to pull out complaints. And he's not evolving with the times now that we have. I will admit some anime could use some improvement, but not anime like My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is good. This anime is good. Attack on Titan is good. Attack on Titan got plenty of mysteries. I understand if Kimetsu no Yaiba is not your thing, but you don't need to bash on the people that actually do like it, especially people that you don't even know that you might actually consider as pretty good people. So yeah, that's it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. I'll see y'all later. I just don't get it.